Hey, how's everybody doing out there? Good evening, wherever you are. It's going to be a quick one from me. But basically, I wanted to make a video about this with obviously all of the big WWE budget cuts that have been going on this afternoon or this evening here in the UK. It's been pretty insane and it's been pretty crazy. Yeah, so the WWE, obviously, with everything that's going on right now in this global pandemic, have been in a position where they've had to obviously cut a quite a lot of working talent from the roster, wrestlers, writers, backstage agents, and it's pretty crazy. A lot of talent have been furloughed, and then there's been I think a chunk of around 19 guys that have been released from their contract. Now, last Friday, of course, we would see Dash and Scott from the Revival get released, and of course, I'm quite sure these guys will most likely be ending up in All Elite Wrestling very soon. But this is insane now. I mean, the likes we saw Kurt Angle get released, who hasn't really been doing anything since his retirement, and of course. He, of course, has been really just sitting at home, probably picking up some kind of like a Legends deal, I'm going to assume. Drake Maverick, also formerly known as Rockstar Spud. Pretty sad to see Drake go, actually. Spud go. I think this guy, followed him since TNA British Boot Camp. I've seen his work in the UK beforehand, so this guy's talented, and to see him but literally bawling his eyes out on an Instagram video was quite hard to watch, and it really did almost it put things into perspective, really, of what we're dealing with, and it's tough for everybody right now. I mean, I'm furloughed, and it just shows you that what it's doing in the world is absolutely insane. And these guys this is what they do to feed their families, to pay the rent, to go out there, and they're just getting let go. It's insane. EC3, little guys like with Devon, Mickey James been let go, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, Rusev's gone. There's a lot of talent. It's insane. Aiden English. Who else was gone? They're also going to be letting a lot of NXT talent go tomorrow. Who that is, we don't know. But of course, Deonna Purrazzo's been released today. Sarah Logan, another one off the main roster's gone. Eric Rowan, Eric Young. Yeah, it's not good. It's a bloodbath. It's an absolute bloodbath, and the the big thing right now is like there's nowhere for these guys to really go right now, because there's nowhere doing anything. No one's doing any shows. It's all taped up. It's a really pretty awful thing, but all we can really hope for, I mean, as soon as life can go back to normal and the surge will hopefully come in and the economy is going to hopefully just go roaring into orbit, because that's what we hope. I think, I mean, there's a lot of these guys I'd love to see them in, do Heath Slater, another one. There's a lot of these talents that I really think could go and boom elsewhere. Gallows and Anderson released as well. I mean, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. I mean, I always felt a lot of people, these guys were wasted in WWE, and I really hope they go either back to New Japan or we see them in AEW. I think that AEW would be great for them. The problem is, though, and it's tough because they've got rid of so many guys, and it's like All Elite Wrestling just can't take that many. Well, they couldn't take like 6 or 7 of those guys. It's just insane. I think Impact will hopefully maybe pick some of these up. You've got places like MLW, New Japan, CZW, Combat Zone Wrestling might be a good shout for some of these guys. There's places to work. It's just hopefully when when the world opens up again, we'll see some stuff. I think Rusev would be a huge pull for AEW. I could really see Rusev doing some big things. EC3 maybe might go back to Impact. I've been reading some people want to see him in AEW. This is my point though. It would be nice to see that some of these guys go to All Elite, but I just think that they've got their own guys right now as well, and I think it's going to make their roster get quite fat. So I don't know, guys. It's a very tough one right now, and I'm sure All Elite Wrestling's probably trying to be, they're saving money as well. They really don't want to be making too many purchases off the market for guys that have been released and not on contracts right now. I definitely want to see the revival in AEW though. I would say out of all those talents, if there was if it was on personal preference, I would say obviously the revival were cut last week, no brainer. I'd love to see them in AEW. I think Gallows and Anderson would be great as well. I think if they was to build like a new Bullet Club, maybe if they was to do like you see that's the thing. I think Gallows and Anderson may go back to New Japan and go back into the Bullet Club. That could work. I mean, it would on early. I think that's maybe what they could do. They may do New Japan, go back and form into the Bullet Club and do some stuff over there. There's also Ring of Honor as an offer as well. I could see Heath Slater maybe doing ROH. You got Finlay there, Lance Storm, some really great agents. I mean, these guys would, I'm sure, do some great stuff. And Kurt Angle is a talent. I mean, Kurt Angle, I know he's retired, but man, Angle would be like, Kurt would be, I don't know, if Kurt came out of retirement, but it depends if is he blown up now. I mean, I don't know. That's part of me would. I don't know. The fan in me would love to see Kurt wrestle like one more time against, but it depends whether he could still really. I don't know. I think a lot of people would agree that the match he had with Baron at Mania was not really the match people wanted to see him go out with. So, whether Kurt could go in for that one more match and maybe do it for like All Elite would be something, or even go do that match at Impact. I mean, TNA was a big part of his career as well. I mean, Kurt could definitely, or Kurt could maybe go do something for Impact. Just I don't know. Who knows? I'm going completely off topic. I'm almost doing fan theory in now, and I'm just going completely off the grid. But there's some ridiculously like fantasy booking you guys could absolutely go insane with. What with the guys that's been let go? It's pretty insane. But if you guys want to hit me up in the comments, please do comment, subscribe. I should be back relatively soon for some more wrestling content, as well as the American Soda reviews. I know you guys have been enjoying those. I should hopefully be back very soon with a couple of new ones, so do wait and tune in hopefully for those. But that is today's video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Ollie, aka TNSAttitude. Keep on watching your pro wrestling, and guys, we'll see you very, very soon.